Hello there, folks. Welcome to another round of Modern. It's Dylan from Alternate Universes, and on the left here we have a Daniel Giasanti playing Grixis Hero with a win con? Question mark. Versus Mike Appler on Temur Scapeshift. Let's dive right into it. Dan's playing a Polluted Delta and passing the turn. Mike's going to play a Scalding Tarn and pass the turn. They're going to fetch at each other's end steps. I guarantee it. Yeah, so Dan's deck, if you're familiar with Dan, or if you've seen him on the channel before, he likes to play weird Grixis decks with flavor. You know, he does his thing. This time, he's playing Tolarian Terror, which is a big old sea serpent from Dominar United. It is 6 in a blue? It's either 5 in a blue or 6 in a blue. I forget which one. It's a 5/5. Its cost is reduced by 1 for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard or exile. So Dan's just playing like Grixis mid-range control shenanigans until he's able to drop a 5/5. It also has Ward 2, which is pretty good. If you don't remember what Ward does, you obviously have not played against Affinity or 8-cast in Legacy enough, and I respect that. However, what Ward says is, if you were to target it with a spell or ability, the controller must pay the ward cost. If they do not, or the controller of the spell targeting the permanent must pay the ward cost. If they don't, the spell is countered. So, in this instance, if you were to Lightning Bolt Tolarian Terror, you have to pay 2 more mana to do that 3 damage.
No, I lied. Bloodcraft here.
And is Bloodcraft coming in untapped?
Yeah.
My favorite example in Legacy has been people trying to Force of Vigor, cap a Cannoneer, and something else, not pay the 4, and then it gets countered.
I assume that's what you're on.
The fact that it counters it is absurd.
There's some 5-color variants. I don't know, turn 1.
Now, interestingly, you probably could, like,
Many things in this meta.
Veil of Summer first, that way your spells can't be countered, and then blow up the ward thing.
On your upkeep, got my ball.
Though I don't know a world where you're actually doing that.
Alright, you got it, friend.
Good.
Untap, upkeep.
Alright, Dan's at 14. He's got that painful Grixis mana base here. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Freshly brewed. Tis hot. And tastes pretty good. Again, if anybody watching runs a coffee company, please sponsor the channel. That'd be amazing. I would love to drink your coffee every day. Now, Mike fetched the Catcher of Triumph in Dan's end step. And he has a basic forest in play. He's going to lean in. He's going to see what we got going on over there. If you don't know Mike, Mike is my coworker. We are friends.
I cast nothing.
And he is testing Temur Scapeshift for MTG Las Vegas, or MTG 30, where hopefully he will top 8 his event and then make it into a beta draft, because that would be sick. Here come the Ren and 6.
Ren and 6 results.
Apologies.
Plus Ren and 6 targeting tarn.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I've been testing with him a lot lately. So we're going to Cling to Dust that land in response to the trigger. Gets to draw a card. Cling to Dust from Theros Beyond Death, an uncommon. Great card. Big fan of it. Played it a lot in Standard before Theros rotated. Played Sultai Uro for as long as I could, baby.
And it's a state 5,
yeah.
5 cards.
So, but when that land is not in play, that is an exile. While watching him play, I was like, oh god, I hope he doesn't accidentally untap it. Going to Thoughtseize, take a look at his hand. There's a Fire and Ice, E Remand, a Valakut, an Island, and 2 Lightning Bolts, aka Hadokens, because Secret Layers. Mike has customized his deck as much as he can.
No, another
Except for his Ren and 6s.
Duke and fire, secret fire.
He has MH1 Ren and 6s.
Fetches, so that Ren and 6 looking strong.
Which is not wrong. I like the full art ones personally, but the original art's really solid too.
Just
She and her tree friend.
by remand.
I'll play it for you. Don't raise it.
We've come up with
No, I'm great.
bad MTG lore at the shop.
I'll play it for you.
Like the fact that Ragavan was a pirate that got turned into a monkey. Ren has gone through 6 divorces and is now on her 7th marriage. Because each tree, new marriage.
Yeah.
So, 5 years. Subscribe to the AU lore book. Be a podcast of just the staff members not knowing what magic is. And by the staff members, I mean me. I don't know what's going on.
Valus attacks the turn. Pass turn.
I'm going to put that Valakut tapped, pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep.
That's got a turn. Still in exile. Confused me the entire time while they were playing. I was like, I don't know. What I find interesting is in Dan's deck, he plays Spire Bluff Canal.
Expressive is good.
Like, I don't know how effective the fast lands are. The Grixis mana base isn't great, right? Like, it's super, super greedy.
Exile.
Super painful, too, which is why Shadow works so well with it.
Oh,
But
one more there.
Yep.
accidentally grabbed it, or left an extra card. Cool. Going to exile that Mishra's Bauble. Cast that Mishra's Bauble. Gets to check the top card of someone's deck. Maybe his, maybe Mike's.
There we go. Boom.
Gets to see a card. We don't get to see it. Dan has a grip of cards in his hand. I'm gonna play Steam and Stamp, pass the turn. I think Mike is debating on if he wants to do something. Probably a Growth Spiral, that's my guess.
I'm gonna ice
Okay,
this down.
going to ice down the Water Grave.
Thought Scour target.
In response, going to Thought Scour, targeting Dan. Going to mill 2, draw a card. Mill the Solarian Terror, it's the draw.
Alright.
Draw off ice.
Yep.
Untap. Upkeep.
Draw off bauble.
Draw for turn.
Yep.
I'm gonna see if I can find Dan's list on Goldfish. I know he plays, he's been playing leagues with it,
I'm gonna pick it up.
Yep.
so I might be able to find it. Who knows? Appler's deck is also a little bit different than the normal Scapeshift list. He plays
Tarn for
4
turn.
counterspells in his deck in replacement of something. I forget what.
Plus Ren, pick Tarn back up.
Yep.
Him and I have talked extensively about his deck because I've played against it a lot in the last 3 weeks. It was like 2 weeks of just like exclusively playing Murktide against it, except for like four matches of Hammer or a couple matches of Hammer, which is an abysmal matchup, by the way. Hammer versus Scapeshift, it's not fun. I don't think any Hammer matchup is fun in my opinion.
Am I going to
I
16?
don't like Hammer.
I'm going to 16.
Yep.
Post Laris Hammer, I like Laris Hammer a lot.
Yeah. I forgot.
Super streamlined, do all the shenanigans. Yeah, I'm playing a lot of Murktide against it, testing 4-color against it as well. By the time this video comes out, I have already played in our store championship and hopefully have won it. Probably not, because that's how tournaments work, but 4-color. Even post Yorion still feels pretty good. I think there's 2 leading versions of it. There's a Kahira Elementals build, and I think there's a Kahira Control build. I'm on the Control version. Though, depending on how Saturday goes, I might just switch over to Creativity. I think that deck is quite good.
Alright. Do we start playing the game?
That Ren 6 is on 6. That Ren 6 is on 6. Ren, fantastic magic card. Still kind of confused as to why they didn't ban it, but
Tap.
it's fine. The longer I get to play that card, the more I'm okay with it.
Bye bye Ren and 6.
Alright, we're going to Deliriously Unholy Heat the Ren 6. I mean, I imagine. Yeah, because he cast a Crest of Iteration earlier, and there's a Tolarian Terror in his graveyard. Yeah, I was going to say, it has to be 6 damage.
Right. We got
It just has to be.
Suspecting. Running back to you.
Folks, how do you feel about the Yorion ban? Do you think it saves the Modern format? Not that I think Modern's in a bad spot, but do you think it saves the Modern format? Do you think it was just okay? Are you of the opinion that banning Yorion means just makes 4-color better against the rest of the format? So you don't have to play the extra cards to beat the mirror.
Yeah, I see the terror.
I'm going to give Tolarian Terror a read here. I just pushed the camera out of focus. Hopefully, I definitely recalibrated at one point. But hopefully it's a soon thing.
No one reads it on MTGO. So many like turn 3 to turn 4 to fairies targeting it.
Yeah, and they're like,
Oh.
that's just not doing anything.
Yeah, they just think it's vanilla.
Yep.
They think it's gonna make angler.
Yep. And then you're not even drawing a card, so it just feels all
Yep.
bad.
I cannot tell you how perpetually afraid I am of accidentally knocking over my coffee cup on my desk. I don't know what I would do. There's nothing terribly expensive on my desk besides my computer.
I passed turn
But,
second.
yeah. Don't want to do
5,
that.
And then
I just
I've
like
gone
tapped the
through
handle and it made a noise and I thought I
Zeros.
knocked it over. And I was
Zero balls.
Gotcha.
so ready to be sad.
End of turn. Discard a
I'm going to
card,
call against
turn
command,
the terror.
target Mike, to discard a card, and Dan's going to add back that Tolarian Terror. Skulkin's Command is like my favorite Rakdos card.
Yeah. Seems fine.
When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And then for a little bit, I was like, "This is underwhelming." But the first like couple times I like resolved playing it in Death Shadow, I was like, "I like this. Tis good."
Alright, draw for turn.
Will we see Tolarian Terror come out here? Is a Terminate and Expressive Iteration in his hand. Those are the only two cards I can make out there. Kroxa. Gonna rip another card from Mike's hand. I wonder if Dan plays Ledger Shredder.
Krug's is on the stack.
Grixis is on the stack.
I don't know.
You've not yet played land for turn. I know about Terror. 3 other cards? 4 other cards.
He just wants to spell sling his way through life.
Yeah, Kroxa resolves.
Okay, resolving the
Discard trigger?
sack trigger first.
Yeah. Sack trigger first. Okay.
I'm not doing shenanigans here. No
Kroxa
scams.
ripped a card.
Let's go ahead.
Or he's ripping a card. I think we're still deciding.
Card.
Looks like we're picking that Scalding Tarn. Gonna take 3 damage because of it.
13-12 you got?
13-12 is my count also.
Alright.
There's that Tolarian Terror. Making
only
sure
to
that
make sure.
he only has to pay 1 blue for it.
Pass to you.
Drawing for turn.
Yep.
Good old slow deliberate games. Yeah.
Got it.
I saw an interesting post recently. Actually yesterday, so Thursday. We're recording this on a Friday. Detailing what people thought were the tiered decks in
Double bolt.
modern post-ban.
Great way to use
Or
it.
even, I think, pre-banned. Pre-ban.
Untap.
And
Draw for turn. Combat.
Sure. No blocks. 8.
Ragavan.
Not dash, just cast. Ragavan resolves.
Land.
Yep.
Pass.
Untapping.
Yeah.
Drawing for turn.
You got it.
did you know the Flicker Wisp is an elemental? I did not. Hell, Smoke Braider. Why am I looking at 5-0 dumps? Alright. I opened up to see if I could find the post about like what people were thinking about the tier list. They only had 1 deck in S tier. It was Yawgmoth, but I couldn't remember like the rest of A tier.
One scalding. No,
So I was like, oh, I'll go find it.
Oh, yard is 1 turn and an island.
I got distracted by 5-0 dumps.
And I can ping.
I'm like pretty confident that I'm playing 4 color still. 4/5 color for the Star Championship.
Granite 6 resolves.
But I don't know which flavor. I could play elementals, I could play the control version. Guess we'll find out next week when I detail how poorly I did. Red and 6 coming out here. Dan is able to flashback the Cling to Dust here too.
I'm going to downtick.
If he wants to be petty and hit whatever
Ragavan. Yep.
land Mike targets, but Mike
Pretty sure that's
targets
the
the Ragavan with the down tick, which makes sense to me.
You got it?
Going to play Misty as his land for
I
turn.
will pass turn to you, friend.
I tease Mike about it a lot at work. His like land placement. Yeah, it starts a second row of lands, and it always like
11? Yep.
irks me just a tiny bit. It's like Mike, no, Mike, stop.
Oh, my island's in there? Alright.
Fetches a swamp. I think his island was already discarded. I think that's what he was just checking for.
Play rag deck, you gotta. Untap, upkeep.
Yep.
All good?
Yep.
Turn.
Right. Red blue, expressive duration.
Expressive.
Resolves.
2, 3.
Yes, just digging for a lightning bolt to kill Mike.
And exile.
Finds Unholy Heat. Is able to kill the Ren then. Pretty solid.
Declare combat.
Or maybe if Mike has a flash threat.
I
He
have
doesn't.
blocks.
You're at 3.
Not in game 1. He does play Endurances in the sideboard, but...
No. I will keep the
Taps the
Ren at
mana,
6.
kills the Ren. Mike is at 3 life.
Yeah, he resolves on Ren.
Ren has died.
Land. Pass.
Plays a land for turn. Passes the turn.
I step on go
We're
2.
debating on passing the turn. I wonder if there's an argument to escape the Croaks of there. So I imagine Mike has some type of interaction in hand. Or at least can discard 2 of the Croaks effects so he doesn't die.
Friend, up, tap.
Yep.
Up, keep drawing for turn. Blue and a green, cast a growth spiral.
Alright, 2 mana Growth Spiral.
Sure.
Draw a card.
Did you make your... you didn't play a normal land for turn yet?
I have not yet played that for turn.
And you have to do Legal Spiral immediately.
Yes, that's correct.
Like, I think just unable to find. Scapeshift.
I'm going to pass turn to you. Actions in your upkeep.
Ladder hasn't been able to find the extra counter magic to protect the Scapeshift.
Untap.
Bolt.
It's going to
Delay
bolt the
Terror.
terror.
Void trigger.
Has to pay 2 for the ward. Unfortunately, just does not have enough lands to pay for the second bolt ward, or the ward cost on the second bolt.
Not enough. Good game, friend.
Okay.
Let's go scoop it up. And Dan will be taking game 1. We'll be right back with game 2 in just a second, folks. They're going to clean up and bam, right there it is.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, friend.
Resolving mulligans. Mike's going to play a tap scheme Vents.
Grabbing Blood Crypt.
Yeah.
DRC. Well, I guess I should.
Right,
Yeah,
I'm going to fetch. Play Vicious Bubble.
I was thinking I could shortcut. I lied.
Gonna get a Surveil trigger.
Yes.
Surveil trigger. Top card. Keep that on top.
Sure.
Give you a nice little bauble there.
Here's my bauble action.
Ah, nice. Love. Oh, not nice.
Oh, no. Okay.
Pass to you. Draw a bauble.
Draw, untap, upkeep.
Yep.
Drawing.
Fire nice into the undeleted drag.
Right.
Camera went out of focus again. Love that. Just what we love to see.
That's okay. I'll play another rag into it. So.
That's right.
No
I
rush.
imagine you will. I have no doubts. Am I bringing that in untapped? I am not bringing that in untapped.
So you sold one.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead. Hadouken!
That one kills it too.
Go ahead, friend.
Alright, untap. Spire Bluff Canal. Thoughtseize, I'm at 15.
Sure.
I'm gonna write these.
Yeah.
Because I'm gotta think anyway.
Oh, baby, we're super out of focus. Thoughtseize. I think it'll go back to we see Scapeshift.
Dryad.
Force of Vigor, Dryad,
Go ahead.
Expressive Iteration, Fire and Ice. Takes the Dryad.
That's 4 cards, right?
That is 4.
I wonder if it's worth it to
Okay.
take the
Make sure I get every
Scapeshift. I feel like the Dan's deck can answer the Dryad. Expressive Iteration, can't spell Pierce it. That makes sense. Can't spell Pierce a Dryad. If you were to draw the land,
Go.
it's fired out as a land for turn. And passes.
Expressive.
Reading, pull, tap. Pass turn to you. Actions in your upkeep.
Upkeep.
Roll ice down. Spire Bluff.
No.
Sure.
Draw. Go.
Untap.
Yep.
Drawing for turn. That's it for me, friend. Over to you.
Crack the islands.
Yeah.
Untap. Draw. Go.
Drawing for turn.
Yep.
Steam Vent tap. Go ahead, friend.
You still have 20? Yeah.
Go ahead.
All the more packs.
Got some simple gameplay going on here.
Last.
Not much to commentate.
Still only 4 turns.
I'm over here debating if I want to play 4-color now, if I want to play creativity. I should just play 4-color. I have it built. I don't have to track down cards. I have to put creativity together anyways to help Mike test next week. He wants to play against it as part of his Vegas testing.
Guess explore.
Yeah. Going to cast Explore here. The wonderful Yargle Explorer from the Secret Lair. Objectively, the best Explorer currently printed. This is Yargle screaming into the distance.
Very crucial differences there.
Pass turn to you, friend.
It has a lot of mana, doing nothing with it.
I'm gonna crack both these eyes.
Going to double fetch.
13.
Just shortcut a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably. Steam Vents Watery Grave? Sure.
Seems good.
You got the Blood Moon. I respect it at this point. The Scapeshift. Draw.
Right, drawing for turn. The black sleeves blended with the matte. It's so hard to tell how many cards they have at hand when they're laying, like when their hand's laid down. Play Swamp as land for turn.
Yep, you got a Giasanti, friend.
And then you are.
I wonder if he plays one of each basic.
Draw for turn.
He does. We've seen the island.
I will pass turn to you, friend.
Lots of draw go.
Go.
Draw for turn.
Yep.
Lots of draw go. Ooh, baby. Yeah, the Besager's a land for turn.
Pass
Like, he's opened it up to the Blood Moon. He has a Force Figure in hand, but He's opened himself up to the blood moon that Dan does not play. There's the island.
Drop turn. Guess expressive iteration.
Expressive iteration.
That's fine.
Exile Scalding Tarn, put the card in hand. Bottom deck's a card.
Lamp.
Iteration's so good. Such a good card. I've been playing it a lot this month because of testing Murktide against Mike. I've missed it. Plus I played in the Legacy Pit Open. And I played Delver. And I played 4 Iteration. Wonderful card. Totally okay. Definitely not broken at all.
Dash Ragman.
Here comes a Ragavan Nibble Pilferer. Going to it gets dashed.
Bolt the monkey.
It attacks. It gets bolted.
Monkey's bolted.
The Ragavan has been set on fire.
And
To
step.
Growth Spiral. To Spell Pierce it.
Pay the 2. Correct the turn.
Oh, okay.
Is going to pay the 2.
That's fine.
Zayab actually just gets a basic. Probably just gets the island if it's not in his hand. I don't know why you would get anything else. Cool. You get the island.
Yep. Two on top.
Growth Spiral's going to resolve.
Yep.
Going to draw a card, put a land into play.
I'll move to untap.
Okay.
Alright. Doesn't look like he puts the land into play.
Drawing for turn.
I wonder if Dan's playing Drown the Lock. It's a card I've seen him cast many a times.
Guess to rent 6.
Here's Ren.
We will plus run 6, targeting a Scalding Tarn.
On the stack. I'm just gonna heat it.
Go to Unholy Heat the Ren. In response to the trigger. I imagine Mike's just able to slam Scapeshift here if he has it. Shields are down.
And for turn.
Yep.
Put land for turn. Well, I guess shields aren't down per se, but I'd be surprised if Dan really has anything.
Escape shift. Sure.
Alright, it's got a mystical dispute. I was wrong.
Pass turn 2, right?
There's noise outside my window. I wonder why.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, plays out Gigantha.
And a terror.
Plays out a Kraken.
The 2-turn clock.
Mike just shows him Escape Shift. And that'll be game 2 going to Mike. We'll be going into game 3 in just a second, folks. That second was a lot quicker than I thought it would be. There's a Polluted Delta.
Yeah.
There's a Mishra's Bauble.
Double
There's a
ball.
Mishra's Bauble.
Great.
So we're.
I feel like Dan kept a
Alright, so now I'm
one-lander.
thinking. I kept a
Okay.
5-card hand.
Right.
What am I missing? Second land. So I'm gonna ball.
My shoulder popped when I
Look at it.
extend my arm. Ow.
Crack that out. Yep. Get rid of that.
17.
Get rid
Alright,
of that
he's
non-land
bobbled himself. Does
draw.
not like the card he is drawing. He's going to fetch.
Grab a.
Shuffled away.
Peek at the grip.
Yeah, he kept the one-lander.
Or grave. Yeah, I was playing
Get to Watery Grave.
Rakdos Death Shadow that
Untapped.
did
Does he have a
really
thought
good in
seize?
leagues,
Take a look at
not
Mike's hand.
Challenges.
Okay.
Not this weekend, last weekend.
Sure.
You played 4 bubble, 4 Street Wraith. Your hand is so inconsistent.
Ignore the zipping sounds of a binder.
Yeah.
But they like draw.
I apologize. I didn't even check and see if I
You
have.
keep a hand that's like 4. Like
do.
a hand,
Fantastic.
cards, and then, like
Cards
4
I need
You
to
don't know
board.
what you had.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're drawing
This
yet,
weekend.
You're basically drawing blind. I can see that.
Yeah,
I can
like
see that
this.
being
I'm,
a concern.
I guess I'll thought seize you down to 15.
Yeah, so you have endurance, a Ren and 6, or a gross.
All right.
Not a Tarn, a Misty, or a Valakut.
And the good news is,
I need to re-sleeve my deck and figure out a sideboard. There's a Thoughtseize. We see Endurance, Ren and 6, Growth Spiral, and 3 lands.
which one can I beat less? It's the
I feel like you take the Ren, right?
I'm grabbing Ren.
Taking Ren, you got it. Ren.
Ghost Spiral, Val,
Like
Misty.
the Endurance could be problematic, but I feel like the Ren's just how you super lose the game.
All done?
Because if Dan doesn't draw lands here, and Ren just gets to keep buying lands back from Mike, it's going to be really
I guess
rough.
I will pass to you
Go ahead.
first. Ball
Alright,
push.
draw for the bauble.
Good shape, Ren. Let's start us off with a Tarn. Pass turn to you.
There's a Scalding Tarn by Mike.
I'm going to.
I'd probably just crack the bauble, get a redraw.
Untap.
Oh, keep draw a card. Draw a card for turn. Drew a land. Not the land he probably wants to draw here. But hey. Drew a land and has access to all 3 colors now, so.
It's a basic.
Drew another Mitchell's bauble. Oh boy. Those games are the best, right? You just draw all your baubles here. This sucks. There's a bauble and a Croaxer.
Your discard Croaks is going bye-bye first.
Croaks are gonna rip a card from Mike.
Is that the plan?
Yep.
Yeah, that seems fine. I will discard. I'll discard the Seiju.
Takes it a Seiju. Okay, Mike goes down to 17.
To 17, and I'll go to 16.
Gonna go down to 16 when he fetches.
And then bauble you and you upkeep.
It's a lot of movement there.
Alrighty.
And then.
Probably main my upkeep.
Yep.
Tap. Upkeep.
Yeah, you can
okay,
just.
yeah.
I do. Bolt, you got it. Bolt spiral, damn.
We bubbled the top card. Just showing him a lightning bolt.
And I will pass turn to you, friend.
Untap, draw ball.
Alright, draw for bauble.
Draw for turn.
Draw for turn. Picks up a Spirebluff Canal. Better than nothing. Passes a turn. My goal fetch.
At least 15.
Imagine it's just like fetch, get a basic,
You're at 15 also.
Yep.
growth spiral, play something.
Miss the thoughts.
It has Flusterstorm, Fiery Islet, and 2 cards that I cannot tell.
I can guess what you're gonna play.
I'm gonna grow spiral, friend. Let me know if my grow spiral resolved. Yeah.
Going to Flusterstorm the growth spiral. Does not feel like dealing with that.
Totally against the rules. I am rule break.
And Valkyrie Endurance Bolt, you're good to go.
Drive.
No ramps, no filtering. Not allowed to do it. Now we know Mike has a, you know, an endurance. That's the card I'm thinking of. Just gonna cast it now.
Endurance. Who do you feel like targeting?
I will. Is it
Well,
resolving?
resolves, yes.
Okay, if it resolves, I'm targeting you, friend.
Targets Dan. Dan gets to put all those baubles back in his deck.
Last round.
On the bottom, but still in his
Last
deck.
round, last game? Were you Warhammer?
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many points do you play when
Would
you
you
guys
like
do
the
like
cuts?
even? You're a good friend.
We were playing 750 tonight
Oh, that's
because
pretty sweet.
I'm in the Grow League. Normally we play 2,000.
Oh, you do 2,000. You know, nice. Okay.
Give me the
It's going to cling to dust.
Yep.
That's the card. Okay.
Untap, draw for turn.
Hits the Scalding Tarn, gets to draw a card.
Expressive.
Expressive
Expressive Iteration.
2, 3.
Yourself your land.
Finds Spell Pierce, Land, and Channeler.
The land I want, so it's
But is it the land you need?
No.
Okay.
I'm not taking it.
Have fun.
You too, buddy. Have a good night.
Eyelid.
Plays Fire out his land for turn. Takes the damage. Plays the Channeler.
Okay, you got it.
I'm at 14 off the eyelid.
Okay.
Go.
Untapping. Drive for turn.
So you have
What's that?
Bolt. I know about. Okay. And
Yes,
Valakut.
and Valakut.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and move to combat.
Yep.
Deck 3, friend.
I'm at 11.
Alright, Dax in for 3.
Would you go to 14?
Gonna put Dan down to 11.
Eyelid.
Oh, got it. Thank you, friend. And at 11.
I shoved the pain
let's
land in.
put this
Could chump block with the Chandler.
Sure.
You know about that. And I will. Cards in hand.
Trace. Going up to 4.
Players are getting close to time being called. Actually, I think time did just get called, if I remember correctly. I know it says there's 9 minutes left on the clock, but the clock is built with an additional 10 minutes into it.
Sometimes just too darn good.
Oh, I just can't beat a 3-4. I'm gonna be honest.
Jams the iteration.
Good.
1, 2, 3. Terror, land.
Because that gets me away. To
Unfortunately, is not able to play double terror at a turn. That would be sick, though.
Land for turn tapped.
So it just does not have enough instants and sorceries because of Endurance's shuffle away effect.
Drive for turn.
Yep.
Combat. In for 3, friend.
8.
Stomping ground tapped.
Yep.
Pass turn, friend.
Crack the eyelid.
Yep.
Untap. Draw. Use the Blackleaf Cliffs. Thought sees you. I'm at 6.
6, friend.
I messed this up. I made a bad calculation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thought Scour targeting me.
What else, Trace?
1, 2.
Yep.
Draw.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what 6 instant sorceries is perfect for?
Gets you there. Good job, friend.
I played the Blackleaf Cliffs last turn, so land for turn. And
That terror has come down. Mike has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands in play.
Oh, do I name Misty? That's not fun. No.
Plays Pithing Needle. Okay, I was like, what the hell is that card?
Misty.
Pithing Needle. You know there's a fetch in Mike's hand? I guess he names that.
Draw it. Turn.
This is the first time I've seen a Pithing Needle in forever.
Yes, express duration.
Iteration.
I beg to differ. I'm gonna kill.
Show me land for turn, Scapeshift. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he has
And
5. Oh, he has 5 lands to play. The Scalding turn takes out. Okay.
out here.
Yep.
Dan is hand shuffling his way
Blue.
all the way to the bank.
Cast a growth spiral.
Alright, cast a Growth Spiral. Draw a card. Put a land into play. Has not played land for turn yet, I think. There's a Misty.
Can't attack profitably into your 5/5.
I beg to differ.
Has Dryad something else in hand. I'll say, luckily for Mike, the Pithing Needle's not really going to matter. As long as Mike can still cast Scapeshift, he can sacrifice that land and be perfectly okay.
I'm looking down at 3 powers. So
Dan, I think, just drew a
down to
Spell Pierce.
5.
Not quite what he wants to see right now. He needs a way to kill Mike. How anticlimactic would it be for Mike to just like draw 2 bolts? Or like bolt fire and fire ice.
Consider.
Consider is
He's
good.
going to consider.
Top.
Oh, we're drawing it. We like
Takes
it
the
that
card,
much,
picks
eh?
it up.
Like them much. 5 edge.
Tax in for 5.
10.
Mike goes to 10. Here comes the channeling.
DRC.
Okay.
By the elk.
Yeah.
3 mana by Kahira, pass the turn. Mike has 2, 4, 6 lands in play currently.
mistakes were made. I think I...
Maybe the needle named Ren instead of the Misty.
I'm turn 3, correct?
If you have a bolt, do you bolt Dan or do you bolt the channeler?
Untapping.
3, 4, 5. I think, as I say, if you have a bolt, you probably just bolt Dan. But all right, 3 mana.
Cast a Dryad.
Play Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Beautiful Fiona Staples Dryad. Beautiful.
That's fine.
Alright, Dryad is resolved.
Land for turn, trigger.
Going to play a land. Going to trigger Valakut because everything's a mountain now.
Oh, you do. Okay. First trigger.
Trigger is going to be targeting you.
Yes. Okay.
Shoots straight Dan. There's the lightning bolt to kill him.
I will pierce the bolts of it.
He's going to spell pierce and is able to pay the 2 because of Dryad, giving actual mana abilities away to the fetch land. And I'm actually taking game 3, 2-1 against Grixis WinCon. Or Grixis with a WinCon with Temur Scapeshift. Thank you for watching, folks. Have a great rest of your day. I know the screen is black, but I don't have an outro thing made yet, so yeah. Goodbye.